Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. For years, Ridge grew up believing he was Eric's son. Eric Forrester treated Ridge as his own, raising him with love, guiding his career at Forrester Creations, and pushing him to be the face of the company's future. Ridge was groomed from a young age to take the reins, mentored personally by Eric, who never gave any indication that Ridge wasn't truly his. That illusion persisted for years, and not once did Ridge or anyone else suspect there was any deception behind his paternity. But in true soap opera fashion, secrets never stay buried for long. The truth began to unravel when Ridge's mother, Stephanie Forrester, began reflecting on her past. Stephanie had always been a fiercely protective matriarch. She kept a tight grip on her family, sometimes manipulating the people around her to protect her version of the truth. But the one secret she kept closest to her chest was the identity of Ridge's biological father. Stephanie had an affair years ago before Ridge was born, and that affair changed everything. The man she was involved with was Massimo Marone, a wealthy, powerful tycoon with a dominant personality. Stephanie and Massimo's relationship was passionate and brief, and Stephanie moved on with Eric shortly after. When she discovered she was pregnant, she allowed everyone, including Eric, to believe the child was his. Perhaps Stephanie herself wasn't even completely sure at first, or perhaps she was and simply chose the path that seemed most beneficial for everyone involved. The truth came to light decades later, completely shattering the foundation Ridge had built his life upon. He wasn't Eric Forrester's son. He was Massimo Marone's son. This meant Ridge wasn't a true Forrester by blood. The Forrester name he carried, the business he helped build, the family legacy he thought he embodied, it was all based on a lie. The emotional weight of that revelation was staggering. Ridge had to wrestle not only with who he was, but what it meant to no longer be Eric's son in name or biology. Massimo Marone, unlike Eric, was not part of Ridge's life growing up. He was a powerful figure in his own right, head of Marone Industries, a rival company to Forrester Creations. Once the truth came out, Massimo attempted to form a bond with Ridge. He wanted to build a father-son relationship that they had missed out on. Massimo was proud of Ridge, impressed by his talent, and eager to embrace him as his heir. But for Ridge, the emotional conflict was overwhelming. How could he reconcile the man he had always called Dad with the stranger who now claimed to be his real father? This revelation sparked deep questions of identity. Ridge was forced to question everything: his legacy, his name, and his loyalty. The Forrester family had defined his life. Even if Eric wasn't his biological father, Eric had been there through every milestone. He raised Ridge, supported him, and loved him as his own. Blood ties couldn't erase that history, but they undeniably altered the dynamic. The fallout from this truth affected more than just Ridge. Brooke Logan, Ridge's longtime love and on-again, off-again partner, was deeply impacted. She had shared so many ups and downs with Ridge, building a complicated and passionate relationship that had spanned decades. This revelation didn't just shake Ridge's world, it shook hers too. She had been tied to the Forrester family through Ridge, but now there were questions about inheritance, leadership, and the future of Forrester Creations. Would Ridge's place at the top be threatened now that he wasn't a true Forrester by blood? Then there was the rest of the Forrester clan. Thorne Forrester, Ridge's brother, had long struggled with being in Ridge's shadow. Thorne had always felt like the lesser son, overlooked in favor of Ridge. When the truth came out, that resentment intensified. Suddenly, the man he had envied for so long wasn't even a real Forrester. Thorne saw it as poetic justice, a long overdue shift in the family hierarchy. And yet, even with the truth out in the open, Eric Forrester remained steadfast in his support of Ridge. He refused to disown him. Despite the deception, Eric's love for Ridge didn't waver. He saw Ridge as his son, regardless of blood. That unwavering loyalty spoke volumes about Eric's character and his deep bond with Ridge. The two men chose to maintain their relationship, even if the legal and biological facts said otherwise. In many ways, it was a testament to the idea that family is about more than just DNA. However, the business side of things wasn't so forgiving. Questions arose about Ridge's stake in Forrester Creations. As the company's leadership passed through the family, some argued that Ridge had no legitimate claim. Others rallied behind him, pointing out his decades of service, his vision, and his creative genius. Ridge had proven himself time and again. His connection to the company ran deeper than blood. It was in his soul. Still, that didn't stop rivals from using the revelation to challenge his authority. Ridge's relationship with Massimo also evolved in unexpected ways. At first, he resisted the connection, viewing Massimo as an intruder. But over time, Ridge began to see qualities in himself that mirrored Massimo's strength and ambition. Their bond was never as deep or natural as the one he shared with Eric, but it introduced new layers to Ridge's character. He came to terms with the duality of his identity, part Forrester by upbringing, part Marone by blood. Stephanie Forrester bore the brunt of the blame for keeping the secret so long. Her decision had protected Ridge's place in the family, but ultimately led to heartbreak. Her motivations were complex. She believed Eric was the better father, and that keeping Ridge as a Forrester was best for everyone. But in hiding the truth, she deprived Ridge of a chance to know his real father and made the eventual discovery all the more painful. This twist in Ridge's paternity wasn't just a shocking plot device. It had lasting consequences. It deepened Ridge's emotional journey, forcing him to confront his roots, redefine his identity, and rebuild his place in the world. It also challenged the show's core themes of family, loyalty, and legacy. The ripple effects of the truth continue to echo throughout the show's storyline. Ridge still carries the Forrester name, but with the knowledge that he is, by blood, a Marone. His children, like Thomas and Steffi, inherit this dual legacy, complicating their own places in the family hierarchy. Are they true Forresters? Or do they straddle a line between two powerful dynasties? Even today, Ridge's complicated paternity continues to inform his decisions, his relationships, and his role at Forrester Creations. The show subtly reminds viewers of the tension between biology and chosen family. Ridge remains a central figure in the Forrester saga, not because of his last name, but because of the decades of history, love, betrayal, and resilience that define him. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.